Hey, hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome again to Break Stuff.
Welcome to this week's edition of Break Stuff.
Break Stuff with Nimrod.
Nimrod. He didn't get fired.
He did get fired.
Last episode.
He did not.
Yeah, he did not, unfortunately. Wait, what?
We could tell who vouched for who.
Not me.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, motherfucker. You gotta talk into the mic.
You do have to talk into the mic. You are the quietest talking out of the three of us, and you hate the mic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. That's it. That's all we ever got out of Nimrod. It's like, yep.
It's okay. We're still getting to know each other.
I think we're way past that. So last night we slept together. What?
I was talking about the mic.
Oh, okay.
Nimrod, what is your craziest Berkeley story?
Craziest Berkeley story. I don't know. I was kind of a boring student. I did take a Mike Stern lab.
Okay.
And like the next semester, after I already finished the class, got an email from the teacher who taught the class.
Yes.
It was like, hey, come join our class on Friday. Mike Stern is coming to teach the class. This is a Mike Stern lab, and Mike Stern is coming to teach.
Okay.
It was like, hey, I know you're no longer in this class, but join us. That was cool because apart from me and like two other students, like he didn't invite anyone to the class.
Right.
So not crazy, but pretty cool.
Pretty cool moment.
Well, it's crazy cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy cool.
Oh, also the time we met Steve I just walking around.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Talk about it.
So yeah, I was going to say, dude, my craziest Berkeley story would be that class with you, wedding band class. But
Berserkly.
Berserkly.
Please
Oh,
tell
talk
me
about
this is
Steve
the
I.
official
Talk about
name.
Steve I.
I forgot about the Steve I thing. So there's a
It was 2 seconds ago. I was like, talk about this Steve I story.
no. I was.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to. Hey, the wedding band class.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Steve I.
Who's Steve I?
Yeah.
Who's that? So there's a Thai restaurant right on Boylston, just near
Pad Thai Cafe.
Pad Thai Cafe. It's like my favorite spot. So him and I were eating there as usual, and so this detail is pretty important. We were seated in front of each other. I was seated facing the door, which is a glass door with a lot of windows, and he was facing me, facing the wall. So we were eating, and then I see this quick silhouette just zoom past by on a bicycle, just filming things. And I'm like, I kind of look like Steve Vai. I'm like, must be my imagination. And then I just continued eating. And then 5 seconds later, I'm like, wait, today Steve Vai is playing in Boston. I actually have tickets, but I didn't go because we had a show at the BPC.
Yeah,
the
that was
big
the
pussy center.
Exactly. We had that show.
the metal showcase.
The metal
Yeah.
showcase. That's why I had to sell it.
The infamous
and
Berkeley
Yeah,
Performing Arts Center. Yeah, the
exactly. So I come out the door, rush out, turn left. I saw Steve Vai around the corner towards Mass Ave, towards 150. And I went in and I'm like, Nimrod, finish your fucking food. Steve Vai is here. And then like two other people, because it's a Berkeley restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Two other people are like, what? I'm like, yeah, he's here.
Yeah, and it literally took me like 2.5 seconds to finish up and like,
He fucking slurped
Storm
his
out.
noodles, like put it in his face. He's like stormed out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's follow him. We went to 150. And you know that
and we met Veronica along
Veronica
the way.
was there too. So I told Veronica, hey, Steve Vai is here. We saw him. He's somewhere here. He's like, oh, let me come with. So the three of us were stalking. Like, where the fuck is this guy? And you know the big set of stairs going down
Yeah.
into the rehearsal room? They're all like those EPD labs.
Yeah.
We saw him there. We were going down. He was going up. And he had a hat on, shades. And he was doing this.
So
As he went up.
he was really like, please, annoying students, come up to me and talk to me.
Yeah,
much.
so I'm like, I had adrenaline in my system.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I shouted in the top of my lungs, Stevie!
You did not.
I did. He was there. I'm like, that's Stevie!
Oh my gosh.
And then, yeah, he was like, oh, hi. And then we were talking and like, hey, can we take a photo? And he was like, sure, but maybe not here. We don't want to get recognized. And
Yeah, after you yelled.
literally, we shoved him into a you know that? So at the top of that big staircase, if you go left, that's the copy room.
Yeah.
With the nap room attached,
Yes.
right? So we shoved him into that pocket
Uh-huh.
with the elevator. I'm like, oh, nobody's going to see you here. And we all took pictures. Somebody saw him and took another picture.
Yeah, and it was like the day after my jury.
Yeah.
So
He played for the love of God.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh, yeah, we were just playing for the love of God last night.
yeah. So he's like, hey, cool, I'm playing it tonight. Like-
He's like, oh, at least I think so. I'm like, yes, we know.
We're not gonna see it, but we know.
Yeah, and yikes, we stalked Steve Vai and shoved him in a corner.
I think you did a lot more than stalk Steve Vai.
Yeah, I think I did. Hey, I bought one of his guitars. I paid his fucking royalty check. So I actually bought two of his guitars.
I see.
Yes, Mr. Vai, I'm paying your salary.
Salary.
I think that's one of the craziest Berkeley stories for me.
I see. No, that's pretty wild.
I have another one, but it's
What?
a BPC thing.
Tell me.
It's the three of us, you, me, and Louie. The Petrucci show.
Oh yeah,
So he was like,
that was a nice one.
because he was like, whoa, it's nice to be back here. You know, this stage looked a lot bigger when we were, 16?
No,
Or like
it was
18?
like, wow, it's so nice to be back here after all this time. It looked so much bigger when we were 18.
And I shouted, like, I don't know, I shouted, that's what she said!
I'm pretty sure John Finn was traumatized.
Yeah. Dude, Mike Portnoy was like, he laughed. He laughed. I think John just ignored it. Yeah, that was a moment.
It's so dumb. I thought the Steve Vai thing was bad.
I did worse with Petrucci.
It's just dead silent. And you're...
I actually have it on video.
I guess he was recording the whole goddamn show.
Thank God I did.
Yeah, it's evident. I'm like, that's what she said. Yeah, that's like one of the crazier Berkeley stories that I have. Yikes.
Wow.
What about you? We neglected to ask you, what's your craziest Berkeley story?
Berkeley story. I'm trying to think.
Speedo? Everybody knows the Speedo.
Like everyone knows the Speedo thing. I mean, like I understand that's wild, but I don't know. I'm so desensitized to it.
Not wedding band class?
Wedding band class was wild. Excuse me. Like I think one thing a lot of people don't like understand about Berkeley is like the amount of like, just like, it is a magnet. Like this is a very nerdy show, but it's a magnet for like basically all of like the introverted, nerdy, like just like weird people.
Oh, yeah.
In general. So like when you have this big magnet, you know, most of your classes, like finding a normal person is pretty difficult.
Oh, hell yeah.
So then you get some classes where like the ratio is just so insane of just like craziness.
Normal to weirdo?
Yeah, like so the wedding band class, and this includes faculty, so the teacher, and I would say like 80% of, no, actually I'm going to say it was really just the teacher in this case, and then we had maybe 2 people that were weird in that class.
Remember,
Everyone else was in the fire. We just like they were pretty normal. It was just under those circumstances.
there's like it's the professor. It was a professor and 2 other dudes.
Yeah.
Remember the other guitarist? Because there were 3 guitarists, and then he showed up like weeks late. I'm like, oh
Maybe.
shit, there's a 3rd guitarist? I didn't know because he never showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then as quick as he appeared, he was gone again.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that was
I saw him like twice.
that's probably a good call on his end.
Yeah, I feel like it was a good call. But hey, we did not drop it.
We did not.
Remember our classmate? Why are you talking? I'm not done talking.
I'm not done talking. Yeah, we had a classmate that
It's one of those letter people.
no, that's not what I was getting at. I was just definitely no social cues at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
But then also like very prideful in herself, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So when you combine both of those, like his instance he was talking about was like we were like having like a discussion on like songs we should do.
Yeah, I think we were making plans for the show, the showcase.
for the show, which that show was insane.
That was unhinged.
Which honestly, I think that's the story we should tell, really. But like this girl, like, is just like saying her thoughts on what
we should do. Yeah.
And so we all unanimously like kind of are like, okay, she said her statement, and then like someone else starts to go, and she goes, "I'm not done talking," and like
She got pissed.
like so pissed, and like we're all just sitting there like, yo, it's like 11 a.m. on a Thursday, like we're just. But the teacher was just like didn't know how to teach a class.
Oh yeah.
Also didn't have social cues. So like the best example, like what best represents this class. So we have like the big idea of the class is like you have like a showcase. And so this showcase is like what you would do if you were in like a general business band or like a wedding band.
Yeah.
And then you would do this performance for like the person hiring you to convince them to hire you, right? So that was like the final exam was like you have a set list and you play it, and this is what you would do if you were a wedding band. So he's like hyping this up as if like we're playing Wembley or something like that. And I'm like, we're going to play. So there's a difference. Like there's like, you could have like different tiers. Ultimately, they're all dumb. But like, there's like places like the Berkeley Performance Center or like some of the recital
David
halls.
Friend.
So like those are like actual like performing places, like actual like venues.
Like people go.
Quote venues.
Yeah, people go to. And then you have classroom showcases, which those, if your friend forces you to go, bad friend. Yeah.
No, it's just literally like imagine your classroom in college, and it's just like there's instruments set up in there, and then you just sit there and you listen to them.
There's like 5 people.
So we had a classroom showcase. So definitely bottom totem pole. But again, he's acting like it's Wembley Arena. You know, like
He even brought his own lights.
he brought his own light rig. Like this whole thing, like all the Berkeley classrooms have like speakers and stuff like that. But like he brought his own light rig, like mixing board, like all of this stuff. And the whole, like I'm not lying to you, the whole time he's like, I invited this person, I'm inviting these people from these like different like agencies. Big companies
yeah.
from these agencies. And
One guy showed
the
up.
whole time. Like we can't, like we're still can't even get through like a Guns N' Roses cover because like no one practices and no one cares. And so we get there. And so like you're, like the band is your classmates.
Yep.
So like same people that you have the entire
semester
time.
with. Yeah.
So we do a rehearsal right before. It was kind of like our emergency, like outside of class, like we need to rehearse and like get these songs down. So we do it just to like, you know, show face, finish the class, even though it's bullcrap. And so we go, and we have to be there early, obviously, for the showcase. We're setting up, getting all set up. He's getting his whole lighting rig for a classroom show. And then there's this girl, and she's sitting in the audience, which is just like these rows of chairs. And she's sitting there the whole time, and I'm like, oh,
Nice to meet you.
This just must, well, not even nice to meet you. It's just like, this must be a person to see this for some reason. But like our teacher keeps addressing her. Like they know each other. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Maybe this is like a person that he invited. Something. No, this is another Berkeley student. Never seen her before in my entire life. And he's like, and so mind you, this is 15 weeks of practicing with the same band, with the same singers.
Same
everything. He's like, hey, guys, Samantha over here, great singer. How about we bring her up for a song?
Yeah, he dumps her on us in the last.
And I'm not lying to you.
5 minutes.
5 minutes before the show starts. 5 minutes before the show. So we're like,
what the hell is going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you could kind of tell she was a bit confused too, but she was still like very like ditzy, like, so what song do you guys know? Like and so the teacher's like quizzing us. He's like, yeah, guys, so what songs do we know? And I'm like,
what the fuck?
So like we start like giving her some of the songs that we actually had rehearsed all semester, like hoping that like she knew
she'll hit one of those. Yeah.
And she was like, no.
Let's do Valerie.
Yeah, so she hits us with the same song that most every singer at Berkeley hits us with at some point. Valerie. And so for me, it is literally the same drum groove over and over again. So I was like, yes,
sure.
I can play Valerie. But even like you, George Collins, were both like...
Yeah, we looked at each other, we're like, what the fuck?
You're like, what? And so you guys are all like getting your like iPads or computers and like looking it up. And like at this point, we have like 2 minutes before we're going. Now, luckily, no one's showing up to this. Maybe like 2 people. Yeah. So like we were able to like rehearse it and go through it. But like it still was like, imagine you are playing the Super Bowl and like 5 minutes before they're like, hey, we know you guys are lip syncing and everything, but like regardless of that, we're going to bring out just like a whole new singer for you guys. Like just a whole new one. And you're actually going to be lip syncing to a completely different song. Different choreography. Have fun. But also, your life depends on it.
Yeah.
Like, that was that class.
I feel like this was actually the class final. Like, okay, you're a wedding band, so you need to be like adaptable to like...
I mean, I guess, but like
new stuff in a very
I'm never gonna play I'm never gonna play a wedding gig and they're gonna be like, brand new singer 2 minutes before, like.
You remember the guy, the company owner who went there, who was also a Berkeley alum? The guy who was giving critiques at the end of class?
Maybe.
He shat on me for Valerie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like, guitarist, yeah, you shouldn't be doing those parts in Valerie. I'm like, I don't care. We didn't rehearse this.
We didn't rehearse this. You didn't. Like, I had zero time to prep for this.
Yeah. If I had time, or maybe just like that day, or like a couple of hours before, I would have gotten it.
Yeah.
But like 2 minutes to go, Valerie, I'm like, oh shit, look for the pieces.
Yeah.
On my phone. Dude, I was reading off my phone.
Yeah.
When I was doing Valerie.
Yeah, you all were reading off your phones.
Yeah. So I got chatting on for that.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's wedding band. Who cares?
Yeah. So there's a lot of like classes where you just have to phone it in and it's fine.
It's a lot. It's
definitely a lot.
Yeah.
But is it time for
Gross Corner?
Yeah.
Cue video game music.
Yuck!
This year we got a lot to cover.
Hold up.
Here's my dating rap this year. We got a lot to cover. I went on 5 first dates. This is how I met them. I met one at a funeral and he was cute. One was from Instagram. I met one at a bar and 2 at bingo. You might be wondering how many I kissed.
Nimrod was wondering.
This is what happened to them. One wasn't honest. One died.
One died.
And one became my boyfriend.
I'm wondering
This
a
is
lot
how
more
many
than that.
ghosted me because he turned into a ghost.
Situationships.
The guy at the bar and the guy from Instagram. Total relationships. 1. And he helped me make this. That's it. Here's my dating rap this year. We got a lot to cover. I went on 5.
Dude, that ghosted one was... I did not expect that.
Yeah, I did.
One ghosted me because it turned into a ghost. Oh my God.
Could you just imagine? But like, I just love the idea that that's your grandma.
I do have a grandma who's single. The only grandma that I have.
Yeah,
left.
like what if you come home for Christmas and she's like, total situationships over here. Like, and
She's here though.
okay, hypothetical, Andy.
I know,
It's
I'm fucking with you,
hypothetical.
dude. Yeah.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
just
you
think
know,
that's so
I
funny.
dated this guy I met at a funeral. He was hung like a horse. I'm like, fuck, wow. I don't want to know, Grandma.
Yeah.
All right. Holy shit. What you do in your time is your business.
Right.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Nimrod's meme. You like that?
That was that one's for you, Nimrod.
Oh, it's for you. Yes.
Hi, do you sell guitars?
Here? At Guitar World? Gee, I don't know.
Okay, sarcastic.
What's one just like the lead singer of Zero Gravity plays?
You want a cherry red 64 Strat with a whammy bar.
Are we still speaking of guitars?
There she is.
That's it. How much?
$1,200.
$1,200.
That's cheap.
Do you sell guitars?
That's cheap.
I actually remember this scene.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think anyone ever states that the guitar has a whammy bar.
Yeah.
But also, like, my first electric guitar is like a red Strat. So, like, when I just got it, I was like 9 or 10. And everyone was like, oh, you have a guitar like Drake's. Like, cool.
What?
At that time, I didn't really watch the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
You're like, awesome, I guess.
Yeah. And then like years later, I saw this episode. I was like, huh.
I guess so. Well, no, I always think it's funny though, because it's like, yeah, I think if you talk about anything gear-wise, like guitar, anything like the fact that he's like, yeah, Cherry Stratocaster with whammy bar, which yes, no one says that it includes a whammy bar,
Yeah.
but like that is like completely foreign to someone that doesn't, is like absolutely nothing.
Does not
amazing.
speak guitar.
Like when I explain my drum set to people always compliment my drum set, and I'm like, yep, it's blue. Because I'm not going to be like, it's maple,
28
maple
inch.
wood. This is 13. Sometimes I bring out the 11. Like it's like,
Unless you're talking to a fellow drummer.
huh? Yeah, maybe. But even still, like I'm also not a big like.
He's not a gearhead.
I'm not a gearhead. I just know it. I know it sounds good, and I like the way it looks.
If it works, it works.
If it works, it
basically.
works. All right, Andy, you have the final.
You have mine. On the third one. Sorry, dude. That one.
Is a suburb of Adelaide, but it's the advert's last sentence that brought out a local TV reporter's crusading instincts.
I'd just like to ask you a few questions about the house you've got for sale.
Well, I'd rather not answer it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I'm not going to spell my business to anybody over the air. No,
Well, I'm not interested in how much you want for the house. I'm just interested in why you don't want any Asians to buy it and move in.
Well, because the simple reason they're turtle Asian.
Why don't you want Asians moving into your house?
Because I don't like the Asians, that's all it is.
You don't want them in your place.
They're just a mob of crooks, that's all they are.
And that there's a law against what you're doing?
Well, no one has told me that, and I mean to say even the
Do you
Asians...
think it's wrong?
Even the Asians himself, he said I can have my sign up. If I get a buyer, I can sell it.
But you won't sell it to an Asian person.
If they come up with a buyer, yes. All they're interested about is just to put the sign up. That's all. I've had agents, I haven't knocked them back.
What would... Oh, no, agents. do you know what your signs...
Agents. Agents. I'm sorry. Well, that's a bad expression.
Is that what you say? No Asians?
No.
You say no agents.
Agents. Sorry.
I'm shaking his head.
It's like, oh, there's no story here.
I sent you this one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was wondering, like, yeah, what he was misconstruing. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, what is, like, the misheard? Like,
It's the accent.
The actual, well, yeah, I was like, but, like, what, you know, like, what is...
Yeah, because the moment the reporter said, do you know there's a law against what you're doing? It's like, no, I don't know. I just don't like agents because they're crooks. I don't like them. And like, so you won't let Asians move in? Well, if they had the right price, yeah. I'm like, wait. Oh, you mean agents, not Asians. Agents.
Well, I guess he just like called the newspaper and told
Yeah,
them
and
what
told
he
this
wants
is
to
what I want,
advertise, and
right?
That's what they got.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because
okay.
over the phone, if you say agent, no agents. Because there's like frequency shit going on, frequency fuckery. You might as well have heard Asians. Asians.
Yeah.
And if
Are
you're
you explaining the joke to me?
Yes.
I got it. I understood, Andy.
I overkilled him. Overkill with explanation.
I just imagine like the person on the receiving end of this conversation, like, okay, doesn't want Asians. All right.
At first,
Who am I to judge?
I thought you were making a new statement. And then I was just like, wait, are you explaining it to me?
Yes.
Like I didn't understand.
I'm sorry. Oh, well. Hey, dude. Nimrod.
Does it go hard?
Does it go hard?
Does it go hard? All right, what's the first one?
First band. Come on.
Metallica after the Black Album.
Let's go to our Metallica specialist, the intern.
Actually, my specialty pretty much ends at the Black Album.
I guess I know your answer.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that they're not as hard as they were at the beginning. It just, I haven't listened to that much.
After the Black Album?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of like the Saint Anger and Load and
Fair
Reload
enough,
and all
fair
that
enough.
kind of stuff.
What about you, Carson?
I like Saint Anger, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. It goes hard.
Ooh,
Do you like
the drummer likes Saint Anger?
I was going to say, do you like the trash can snare?
I'm not saying the mix is good. I'm saying there's some good stuff on that record.
Oh, absolutely. And I agree with you, but I don't know. I'm not a big Metallica fan to begin with. I know definitely pre-Black Album, for sure, heavy. Yeah, hard, for real. Even today, I think it holds up.
Yeah.
But after that, I think they got like some kind of pop sensibility.
Yeah.
Right?
They're the biggest metal band like on the planet. Like
Yeah.
by technical, like, you know, they have
by sheer
They
metrics.
probably have like 37 tour buses to just go to each venue.
That's
At
how big
least,
they are.
At least.
Yeah. Well, Iron Maiden have their own plane.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they can do that too.
I'm pretty sure Metallica can have their own plane.
Yeah, they just choose not to.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do. They just don't publicize it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, they probably just fly private to venue, and then they have the buses go.
It makes sense. Yeah, I think it's more pop, like pop rock, right? Like very much like the next band on the block.
3 Days
3
Grace.
Days Grace. I actually saw him live in 2021 or 2022, I think. In Canada. Well, I think it's still pop to me.
Yeah.
It sounds heavy, like heavy pop, but it still feels like pop to me, despite the heavy sound. Which is kind of weird because I said Creed was heavy.
Yeah.
which is kind of like popish too. But
Yeah. You're
don't know.
contradicting yourself, Andy.
I'm an idiot.
Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yes, thank you for confirming it.
That's been breaks up.
What about you? 3 Doors Down. Oh, not 3 Doors Down. 3 Days
Down.
Grace.
Well, I don't think I know any of their songs, so I think I'll stay out of this one.
Hate everything. I think they have some heavy songs. I wouldn't necessarily categorize them as a super heavy band.
No. It's heavier.
It's a heavier.
What the hell is this band? Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think they have heavy songs. I'm not going to sit there and be like, it's just like. Whatever.
Oh my God! It's sounding like Meshuggah. No. Fuck no.
No.
Well, speaking of Meshuggah, what do you think of Meshuggah on piano?
Oh, Tigran Hamasyan.
Does he go
I
hard?
love it. It goes hard rhythmically for me. But I guess it's like heavy jazz for me. And I can see that Tigran takes influences from Meshuggah. But I don't know. I guess that's as heavy as a like unprocessed piano sound it's gonna be. Right? Because he goes low too in the lower register.
Yeah, but it's not just piano.
I know it's everything else, but sure, yeah. I mean, it's hard for what it is, but if you show it to like metalheads, they're gonna be like, "Oh, cool," but it's pretty light.
Of course.
Yeah, that's my answer.
What do you say?
It's gonna be a no from me, Chief. Just cause it, like, I don't know, cause like it's a thing of like, yeah, like I get it's rhythmically hard, but like it's covering something that is super heavy, but it's on an instrument that's not necessarily like
is not known
Doesn't have that
for heaviness.
enough power to live up to the...
Yeah, for sure. That's my answer. Final answer. Survey says...
Final answer.
Final answer. Does it go hard? They should have metal category on Jeopardy.
What now?
They should have metal Jeopardy.
Oh, like I'll take heavy things from non-heavy bands for $100, please. What is Diablo Swing Orchestra? Oh, that's a band I learned from your brother.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was okay. I do think it goes hard.
Yeah, I think it goes hard. It's definitely like very specific sonically.
Yep.
Like, I don't think every metalhead is going to like it, but I think there's elements to it that do go hard.
I for one, loved it. It reminds me of this moment when we were at Berkeley, ear training too. So we were doing swing rhythms, swing melodies. And I went to an office hour with my professor. I told him, hey, this is challenging for me. I'm a metal guy. It's always straight ahead. Like, I'm having a hard time finding a metal band that goes swing like this. You know, boo, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. And then when I heard it, I'm like, oh my God, I thought about that moment when I heard it.
Yeah, you were like,
this is the band.
Yeah, this is the band.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, what about you, Nimrod?
Well, do you have like something specific to...
It's like 20s, 30s swing jazz, but like heavy, dude. It's heavy.
Ooh. Sounds interesting.
That's kind of vibe.
Kind of sounds like a final boss type of
kind of idea, yeah.
It even goes heavier than that in like other songs.
Kind of reminds me of like the metal version of The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, didn't we see, what was this you like this band? Zeal and Ardor.
Oh, yeah.
Open for Opeth, right?
Yeah. It was Zeal and Ardor, Opeth, and the Mastodon.
Yeah. Zeal and Ardor was a great band, dude.
Super cool.
Unique sound.
Very unique, but at the same time, like, still maintaining like the heaviness and everything like that. So it still feels like a metal band, but its own unique thing, you know?
That's a band that goes hard.
Yes.
I
very
think
much.
so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh,
But
dude. If you remember news from last week, the Kiss tribute band.
Mm-hmm.
What did we hear this week?
Oh yeah, apparently fans are pretty outraged because they say that JoJo Siwa, she doesn't live up to her role as Gene Simmons lookalike because her tongue isn't long enough.
Oh, I see.
So she's pretty torn up about it. She said, they interviewed her, what she has to say in response. She said that she doesn't really like the band. She doesn't know any of their music. She just wanted to join because she loved the makeup.
Oh, I see.
That's it.
JoJo Siwa. Someone showed me a song by JoJo Siwa today, and I was just like,
yikes.
Yikes, indeed. The look, the everything. It's just, it's pretty tough. Because there's like guilty pleasure artists, and then there's just like not good.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and JoJo's not good.
I'm very happy to say that I haven't heard any of her songs.
You don't need to.
That's what I thought.
But maybe you guys can listen to on your
On the drive back?
on the drive back, I
Sure.
guess, you know.
It'll be a drive.
It'll be a drive.
Fortunately, a short one.
Yeah, it's a short one.
Short drive.
We're not far from Carson.
We're not far from Carson. Well, with that, I'm going to leave you guys with go listen to JoJo Siwa because it's the heaviest art. Oh.
Ooh, what happened to the mic?
Well, I was speaking blasphemy. That's why the mic cut out. But thank you for tuning in to Break Stuff. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for coming on, Nimrod.
Thank you
Fired.
for not
Wait, what?
firing me yet.
I just said fired. You're fired. I'm kidding. You're not fired. Yet. See you guys next time.
Deuces.